Welcome to the one of the most hard vulnerable machines on Vulnerable Hub website. My vulnerable machine today is homeless, and it's really one of the toughest vulnerable machines. Today I'm gonna walk you through how to have root access on the vulnerable machine and step by step. But I will skip some steps and I will show you the way how I accomplish this because some steps require some time and so first thing first, you will need to start and scan the machine. Uh, Not much here I can do. Okay. Okay, scanning the machine by okay. Okay, we have port 80 and port 22. First, if you go to the main web page, okay, now here you will see the main web page here, and the main thing is with this web page is, let me turn the intercept here for you. If I here intercepted the response, okay, the first thing you need to do is you will find here that we have user agent. The user agent of the browser, which is browsing to the web page, is shown on the web page here. So if you manipulate this to something you need, to something you select, for example, let's say hello or something, it will be shown here. Okay. So the main step in having root access to this vulnerable machine is to change this, okay, user agent, change your user agent to the one or to a string that's written in this image. Okay, so if you now the string here is cyberdog learning portal. So this string, if you replace this string with the user agents, okay, you will have, let me, which is a string here, cyberdog sledding portal. Okay, if you replace this, let me forward this request, and then I need to refresh, change the user agent here, click on intercepting the response, forward, again change, oops, click on the response, and here you will see that it's giving a hint to go to this directory. Okay, so let me close this directory here, and intercept is off. If you go to this directory, by the way, we can find the image from here, which is favicon.gpg in the directory images. Let's go to the directory that's given as a hint. Okay, let me have it from my notes. Okay, the main thing here is you cannot upload any file which is more than 8 bytes. Okay, and with 8 bytes you cannot do so much. If you can upload some kind of or some sort of shell, or PHP shell, Python shell that connects back to our attacking machine. Unfortunately, this is something we cannot do here because the uploader is restricting us to upload a file which is no more than 8 bytes. So I have made a file which is test, okay, with 8 characters, okay. 8 characters mean 8 bytes. If we browse here and upload this file, it will say the file has been uploaded. Try to upload another file which is more than 8 bytes. Let's say the image here. Click on upload. It will say your file is too large. Okay. So I went to my file and it has been displayed here. Okay. So next I turned the interceptor here to be on and rebrowse to this directory here, send this to my spider, click on forward. So if I go to my spider here, I will see the files directory which I spidered to see my uploaded file, recently uploaded file, index.php, and here is a file which is seemingly named using SHA algorithm. Okay, if we see the response here, section response, you can see that the owner is saying, well done, next step are waiting. You have an IP address and you have another SHA um, name file. If you take this, copy and place it directly after the IP address, okay, ignore. You will see a login form here, okay, with a hint. Now I will explain to you what the hint mean here. If you click on hint here and save the file, which is saved I think to the root directory. Okay, well, I have it saved previously. Let's move it to my desktop and show you the hint here, how the authentication process works in this form. Okay, forget about this. Let me open the file here. Here is the main stage, if you be able to pass or get through the stage, you will be able to get to the 50% of the challenge. Here is the one of the most hardest steps in the vulnerable machine. Okay, here is the authentication process. As you can see here, it takes the input, which is username, password, code, and it converts this input to string, and then it will start the first checking process. It will check whether the username and password and code we enter are equal or not. If they are equal, it will say your input cannot be the same. If they are not equal, here it will check whether the MD5 of the username and password and the code are equal, meaning that the main authentication process here is it works by checking if the entries you type on the form have the same MD5 hash, meaning that it works on generating MD5 collisions. So if you are able to generate 3 strings, which are username, password, and code, with the same MD5, meaning that you will be able to log in as admin.php. And as you know, um, you cannot have 3 strings with the same MD5. You can have at least 2, or at most 2 strings with the same MD5, and it has been a vulnerability that's discovered. I don't know the name of the researcher, but it has been discovered since I think 2011, 2001, 2005. I couldn't remember, but there is some kind of vulnerability in MD5 that you can generate two strings with the same MD5, but not three. So, how can we override this step here? Basically, you will work with a tool called fastcall. Fastcall2 tool is one of the tools that generate files with the same MD5 hash. I have downloaded the tool on my Windows box here. I will show you the tool. Okay, here's my tool fastcall. Okay, now basically how the tool works, you need to generate two files. Okay, before generating the collision files, let me first illustrate to you how okay, right now I can see that the terminal is displayed on the screen. Okay, let's first generate two files, or let's first navigate to the directory. Okay, the command to generate two files with the same MD5 collision is fastcall file1 file2. It will try to generate two files with the same MD5 to create MD5 collision. Okay, now here we have file1 and file2. Okay, now next we need to create other two files with the same MD5 collision, but with making one of those files add a prefix for this, which is prefix attack. Fastcall -p, which is prefix file1, and the output will be file10 file 00, let's say. Okay, okay, now we have four files with the same MD5. If I go back to my machine and okay, here are the four files that I have created using the fastcall and copied from my Windows machine. Okay, now those four files, let's go back here. Okay, let's see the MD5 checksum for those two files. Great. Let me see the files here. No, not great. I see that they are different. They are of different MD5. Let's remove those files. Okay, and here my script that automates the creation of those files. MD5. I will put the download link or the script description, the script on the video description, so you can access the script. Okay. Well, I need first to regenerate the file on my Windows box here. Okay, no problem. So on my Windows box here, let me remove those files and fast call minus, or let's say 01. Next, fast call prefix, let's say minus p1 minus tag o 0001. Let me copy those files here to my machine. Well, let's remove those. Okay, now okay, MD5 sum, check on the sum of the files. Let me try to submit those files, although the files are of different MD5. Well, let's remove F from here, which is the old name of the file. Okay, now it says well done, so we need to go back to the page here. Okay, and this cookie, we need to have the session cookie here, which is the session cookie of the admin, and copy this, turn my interceptor to be on, and let me try to go to admin. So if I replace the session cookie here with the session cookie generated after logging in, okay, forward, you will see here private terminal. This private terminal is through which you can issue commands on the system. Okay, so basically, let me have this minimized. If we run some kind of ls command, and here, don't forget to replace the cookie every time. Okay, the cookie here, let me have it on my notes. Okay, now click on forward. You will see a list of the current working directories, the current files, sorry. So see the current working directory right now. Okay, now if we want to see the list the files in the home directories, basically I tried to get netcat shell on this terminal, but the machine was not able to connect to my machine for a reason which I could not discover or find out. So I decided to do my operations on the terminal here. So forward, downfall. Let's list home downfall. Forward, home down forward sudo the text. If I try to see the content of this file, and again replacing, it says, "Hi, I'm a homeless guy. Now I'm living near Python. Try harder." So it's giving hints that there is some Python file we need to search or look for in order to complete the challenge. Okay, so and here, as it says first, that if we go back here, target the robot.txt file, which is here, it says use rocku, okay, and I have downfall as the username of the vulnerable machine on the home folder, as we saw. If we use Hydra to try to brute force the SSH server with the rocku word list, so let's close this right now. I don't need this anymore, and this I don't need it. Okay, now save my notes. Okay, on the terminal here, Hydra -L user share So now it's trying to crack the password. Okay, now as you can see, the password is secretly in la. So if we try to SSH and copy the password, we will have the shell access or the SSH access. The current working directory is home downfall list -la. You will see here the current files, and one of them is secret message. And as you can see, we can only read and write this file. So .secret message. Hi, I am sleeping at lib libraries logs homeless. So, and if you remember the sudo.txt file, the text file sudo has hinted that we need to search for a Python file, and here it's giving us that we need to navigate to this directory and see the file cat home list py. Okay, now before let me show you the permission of the homeless.py file. The homeless Python file is, as you can see, it has read write execute for root and read write for others or users. So if I try to execute the file, it says the permission denied. Sudo python okay, now let me show you the file. Now this line which is here, is a line that I have added when I did the challenge, okay, an hour ago. And this line is to make the homeless Python file connect back to my attacking machine as a root. As you see that, because the file has root permissions to execute, okay. But the point is, if I go back here and create a listener on my vulnerable machine, or attacking machine, sorry, um, I have to wait for the file to connect back to my attacking machine. This file is supposed to be running um, on a time interval of, I think, like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, what, etc. It needs to do that because I have no permission to run this file. Okay, so this file might supposed to be running every 2 or 3 minutes, and then it will connect back to my attacking machine. Now at this step, I couldn't catch a connection to my attacking machine as a root. Okay, but surely this is the last step you need to do, is waiting for the file to connect back. But nonetheless, the main idea of this challenge, or the hardest stage of this challenge, is to create the collisions, or to have the collisions on your vulnerable machine. As you can see, we created the collisions using fast call, okay, and there is a web page on the internet that explains step by step how you can create those collisions. I will try to put this web page on the description of the video. So on the description of the video, you will find the download link of the vulnerable machine. You will find the description of the main steps of how to create the collisions using fast call, and the download link of the fast call. And I will put down the script that I have created to illustrate or to simplify this process. So if one of you has done this challenge and was able to get the homeless Python file to connect back, please put in the comments how much time did it take to connect back to your attacking machine. And that's it. Thank you.